Culture and exams.
Unit 6. Culture and exams. Exercise 1. William Shakespeare. For many. Culture note.
Shakespeare's works include 17 comedies such as A Midsummer Night's Dream and Twelfth Night, 10 historical plays such as Julius Caesar, King Lear, Macbeth, 10 tragedies such as Hamlet, Othello, Romeo and Juliet, poems, the sonnets.
Unit 6. Culture and exam.
Glossary. Characters, personaggi. Works, opere. Make mistakes, fanno errori. Themes, temi. Vengeance, vendetta. By, entro il.
Unit 6. Culture and exams. Exercise 1. William Shakespeare.
For many people, William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616, is the greatest writer in the English language, and he's certainly one of the most famous writers in the world. His contribution to literature was very important. He created many famous characters, such as Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and Macbeth, and he invented 1,700 new words. He also transformed European theatre. Shakespeare's characters were like real people, and his stories were more interesting. Perhaps the most amazing thing about Shakespeare is that his works are still very popular today, over 400 years after he wrote them. Why is this? His characters are real. They are like us. They aren't perfect, and they make mistakes. His themes, such as love, friendship, and vengeance, are things we understand today. William Shakespeare was born in Stratford-upon-Avon, a town in the centre of England, in 1564. He married Anne Hathaway in 1582, when he was 18, and they had 3 children. By 1592, he was in London. He worked as an actor, and then he started writing plays. His 37 plays were successful at the court of Elizabeth I. He built the Globe Theatre in London in 1599, and he died in Stratford-upon-Avon in 1616.
Two.
Rileggi il testo e indica se le frasi sono vere, T, false, F, o se il testo non lo dice, DS. Shakespeare wrote in English. T. 1. Romeo is a character in a Shakespeare play. 2. His plays aren't popular today. 3. The characters in his plays are all very clever and kind. 4. Shakespeare went to school in Stratford-upon-Avon. 5. He was an actor before he wrote his plays. 6. He only wrote plays.
Westminster, we're going to Hampton Court today. Hampton Court Palace is near the River Thames, about 14 miles southwest of London. King Henry VIII lived there in the 16th century. I wanted to go by train because it only takes 30 minutes, but Joseph wants to go by boat. How long does it take by boat, Joseph?
About 1.5 hours. But I love boats and we can see lots of things along the Thames.
Okay, the boat leaves from Westminster Pier. Where's that? Excuse me?
Yes?
Can you tell me the way to Westminster Pier, please?
It's across the bridge, down the steps on the right.
Thanks.
We're now going under Westminster Bridge. On the right, you can see the Palace of Westminster, the home of the British Parliament. And there's the famous clock tower with Big Ben. Big Ben is really the name of the bell, not the clock. The inhabitants of London heard the bell for the first time on the 11th of July, 1859. That's the Tate Gallery on our right. The Tate Gallery is a famous art gallery with a large collection of 19th and 20th century art. We're just coming to Putney Bridge. The Oxford and Cambridge boat race starts here.
Look, that's Hampton Court now. We're not far.
There's some information about Hampton Court here. Do you want to hear it, Joseph?
Yes. What does it say?
It says Hampton Court was Henry VIII's favourite palace. Henry was only 18 years old when he became king in 1509, and Hampton Court Palace wasn't a royal palace then. It was home of Thomas Wolsey.
Thomas Wolsey. He was a cardinal, right?
Yeah, and he was Henry's friend and counsellor. It says here that in 1514, Henry visited Wolsey at Hampton Court, and he really liked the palace. He wanted to live in it with his family, so he decided to take it from Wolsey. And he and his family moved there. Ha! That was typical of Henry VIII.
Was it? I don't know much about Henry VIII, apart from he had 6 wives.
Oh well, it doesn't matter.
Welcome to Hampton Court Palace. The Great Gatehouse is the original gatehouse built by Cardinal Wolsey. Hampton Court Palace has 241 chimneys. Every chimney has a unique design. Every year, 500,000 visitors come to Hampton Court. One of the most popular places in the palace is the Royal Chapel. The astronomical clock was made for Henry VIII in 1540. It shows the time, the date, and the phases of the moon. It still has the sun revolving around the Earth. In Henry VIII's time, the kitchens occupied over 50 rooms.
Henry's cooks prepared food for over 600 people, twice a day.
King William and Queen Mary designed these gardens over 300 years ago. One of the most popular attractions is the famous maze built in 1689 for William and Mary. It has half a mile of paths and 14 places where you can go in the wrong direction.
It's great fun. Everyone gets lost in it.
We got lost in the maze. We were there for an hour.